Hello. Today's video is on request and I just try to make it as fast as possible. So I am going to be talking about a turban lift. What we call a lift is something that can raise up something that can add to the size or shape of something that can make the shape more visible, something that can make it fuller. So that's how we call it a lift. So I this video is a little bit detailed, but it's short. I'm going to be talking about how to make the medium, the big. Like what I have here now is a very big size, the big size, the small size, and what you will need to do that. So this turban with a lift, you can see how full and beautiful it is looking. Let's see the turban without a lift. So this is the turban without a lift. So you see that lift is very important for turban, especially when you don't have a full hair to wear it, because most times when there is no lift on it, then your hair have to do the lifting of the turban. So it is necessary sometimes that you wear your turban with a lift. So straight away we are going to be talking about how to achieve the lift in different sizes. All right, so I worked with this material and it is called polo lining. So it's a lining, it's not a real material. So for the purpose of this training, I just used it, and then I cut out the band, I cut out the body in two places, and then I will be using a foam, and the foam I will be using is that half-inch foam. So it's flat. Is it quarter or half safe? So it's flat, and then um I will use chest wording and I will use fiber, and that is for the different stages. So I will be explaining. Huh? So straight to the sewing machine. On the sewing machine now, I have the band first. Yeah. Then I told you that the body, which is the body of the turban, I have two. The measurement is just like 10 by 28, because for every turban that you are going to fold into two, if you fold 28 into two, you will get 14. So from the 14 you can reduce to 10.5 or 10 and all of that, but I don't just like working with the exact measurement that I would need. All right, then I will the foam, the height of the foam I'm using now is 9 inches. So 9 inches is quite long, it's quite high. So ordinarily, that's why I said I'll be explaining. If you want something moderate, not really like pushy, not really like too high like what you saw on the video, instead of using 9 inches, you can do 6, or you can do 5. That is 5 inches. You can do 5, you can do 6. And then, so that is for the height of the foam. So you can do 5, you can do 6, but this one now is 9, and that is why you can see that uh it was really high. So the thing we just need to do is very easy, in the sense that we are just going to sew the foam together with the material and just close it the normal way you will close turban. So the only thing that brings about the lift is the foam, the chest wording, and the fiber. So however you want it, if you don't want it to be too full and bulky, you can work with only the foam. So please listen. If you are going to work with only the foam, then you will need to pad the foam. That is, by padding I mean you will need a lining, that is a material to line the foam before using the turban material to cover. Why are you supposed to line it? You know, the foam, if you don't line it, has a way of breaking, to be breaking. But if you line it, yeah, it will be firm, to be strong. So I prefer that you line it instead of just leaving it like that. So I prefer you line. So if you are going to use only the foam, but if you are going to work with chest wording and the foam, which is going to make it more stronger and add to your height. So if you are looking at just getting something moderate, work with only the foam and just use your lining on it. But if you are going to, you want something stronger and high, then you will need to use the foam, the chest warding and the fiber. So assuming you are using the chest warding, you can see my chest warding, same measurement with the material, which is about 9 inches by 28, 9 inches by 28. You will start by laying the chest warding first. After that, you cover it with one of the materials that you've cut out for the body of the turban. Then after that, you will place the base on it facing yourself. You, that is the band, you will place it on it facing yourself, just like you are seeing it now. It's facing where I'm sitting. Huh? Why the edge to be sewn is what is lying on the edge of the chest warding together with the material there. So after that, you will place the second material. Please, you have to take note of the placement, because if you place it wrongly, by the time you turn it out, you'll find out that is your foam or the chest warding that would be showing. So because it is the material you want to show, you will place the material again, which means the material will be facing each other, right side to right side. That is, the right side will face each other. Ah, and they are the one, like you can see that the chest warding on the down part, the material cover, the material will not be on the top, and then the foam will follow. Hmm? All right. So when you put it that way, you will first of all attach it together, like normally when you use your band to attach your two materials together. So you put the foam now and then sew it. So if you are not sure that you'll be able to sew everything well, because at this time now it will be a little bit complicated, because you have the material, you have the chest warding, you have the foam, you have the band. So you have to really watch out to know that you are not missing out any part of these things, because if you don't sew properly, you might find out at the end of your sewing that, oh, I've left out this part wasn't sewn well. So as you are sewing, you are expected to check what you are sewing, ensure that everything is in place and that everyone is being included in the sewing. Huh? All right. So that is how we sew. So I'll come back and explain the rest part. I'll explain the rest part. So let me just like take a little break to welcome those persons that are joining or discovering Creative Ends International for the first time. If you are discovering us for the first time, it's a pleasure meeting you today, and I just want to say thank you. And if you think that you love our video, please do not forget to subscribe before leaving. Most importantly, I want you to hit on the like icon, because it will help for other persons to be able to discover this channel. All right, just hit on the like. Oh, I like this. That's all. You're not paying for it. It's just a way of supporting my channel. If that's the only thing you will do to support me, I think it's worth it. So please just hit on the like icon, and then if you love the channel, please do subscribe. All right, so now that we are done sewing the edges together, we close it normally as you close turban. So for adults, you close it with 10.5 or 10 inches. Now when you close, please do not cover the back, leave the back open. That's why I said this tutorials is about 3 in 1. So first of all, you can sew this turban lift without having to add your chest warding, and then you can sew it with only foam. So the second part is the fact that you can actually add your chest wording to give the turban, no, the lift, a kind of a strong or solid or firm shape. So it will help to give it a firm shape. And then lastly, you can as well pad up your turban leaves with fiber. I'll show you the fiber as we continue in this channel. So if you have any question concerning what I have done and there is any part of it that you think is not clear enough to you, please uh do not forget, your comments section is available for you to use. You can ask me questions, you can drop your comments there. The moment I see them, whichever comment deserve to be answered or require some response, I will respond to them. All right. So you can see how it is looking. You can see it is solid already, but the back is open, and this thing in my hand is what is called fiber. So we'll be putting the fiber inside to fill it. Now when you put the fiber inside, do not put it inside the cloth, put it between the foam and the chest wording. Don't allow it to show on the cloth at all. And I'll still tell you that this is not the only method of creating a turban lift. If I am chanced again, I will show you how to make the lift that is only meant for the back of the turban. Yes, just for the back. So I pray one day I will also have the chance and I will show you how to achieve that. So I believe that any other thing left in this channel is something that you can learn on your own. So from my own end, I would like to just say bye to you. Do have a nice day. I love you. Thank you so much for stopping by Creative Events International. God bless you. Bye.